the analyst desk mentioned. Dignitas, maybe they're in better form. They are quite adept on their T side, but we're yet to see that on their favoured maps. Will this be the time they prove us wrong there?
Well, yeah, it's hard to say, isn't it? Because, again, as pointed out, we haven't really seen the kinds of strategies and the kind of pace that they used to be really known for. So that's something that I would love to see brought out in this matchup. And first things first, it's up to the pistols. It's up to the headshots. Dignitas will be making their way in from the palace there. They'll be meeting Stray Kiyoshima. He's going to run into this one. He's going to find one headshot. There's more to be had here, though, as he will back away safely. He's got a lot of health as well. This is not the entry that the Dignitas side wanted. They are getting decimated right now. Kiyoshima's still in position. Now it's just, well, never mind. This says Cajun B left, but Kiyoshima wrecks him as well.
4K for Kiyoshima. Very nicely done, sir. Very nicely done indeed. That is a strong start for FaZe on their CT side. Not the start Dignitas wanted, not the one they needed. Is it the one they deserved? Up to you to decide. They're going for the fourth buy. 4 players with Kevlar. Tensky with a helmet and a Deagle. Since he got a kill, he can get both. The rest will be reduced. MSL, though, has nades and a Tech 9, and not much else. No Kevlar for him. So what can Dignitas do with this? Lots of players, they might be moving in for a split towards A. MSL, let's see what he's lining up here. Normally, he stands there and he puts a smoke towards the connector area, but it seems he might not want to do that, deciding to put it into the window instead, it seems. Or maybe he's waiting to see what becomes, well, not needed now because Fox gets taken down, but it seems to be going over towards short.
Yeah, that's a nice first kill, isn't it? I mean, now there's actually something to work with. The problem is, though, for FaZe, is that they don't really have any grenades themselves. There's no more smokes or incendiaries to rely upon. Dignitas have essentially gone into this position where they have a man advantage, and they want to be using the man advantage just generally anyway by just rushing 5 players into a bomb site because they have just pistols. So this doesn't actually look too bad from them. They just have to find a nice entry point. And is that entry point going to be connector? Is it going to be window? Because right now that's what it looks like. We're going to see another nade tossed in there to block off jungle, and here they go. AZ's there though with the P90, but he is dispatched promptly. Now as KGB gets another one with the help of Tensky actually, and just 2 players left here. Someone needs to die for Dignitas. Everyone is still alive. This is a complete catastrophe for FaZe. Only Jaken's left standing at the moment, and for how long is that going to be the case as he gets found out now? They get a couple kills in there. This is really important, but what else can he do? Looks like he's going to try to back away now, and FaZe, they got blown up this round.
They did indeed, and this is the Dignitas we want to see. Executing, making the right decisions, and getting the kills, most importantly. So it is going to be 1-1, you can see. High spirits in the Dignitas camp now as we go to the last map. This is a crucial one. The winner of this makes it onto the telly, Dan. Onto the telly! FaZe going for the fourth buy now, forcing back and forth. 4 CZs coming out. I believe Kishima has a 5.7 equipped, but he's going for the P250. And you can see Mirage is Dignitas' map with the most wins, 95 wins. They are a drilled team on this map, Dan. Though they didn't show us that on previous performances this week on Mirage. Maybe they will this time. The numbers game coming out into mid for both teams, but the CZs will reign supreme. 3 kills there. MSL trying to answer back with what he can. Only 1 for him, though. Dignitas on another anti-force by Mirage, not going well.
Yeah, Rubino is there on the bomb site, though. It's a nice position to be in for Dignitas. However, the bomb needs to make it over there, and MSL's been spotted. Quick kill, though, for MSL takes down Jacob, and that's going to allow him a 3-path to get himself towards that bomb spot. But actually, Rubino's in some trouble now, down to 15 points of health. Kiyoshima with just 9 bullets. Will he be able to get the kill here? Ooh, just about there. Able to swap out for the rifle, but he's going to get the reload in. MSL knows he's there. And quick, oh no! MSL pulls out a grenade. Something that wasn't a gun. And Kiyoshima takes full advantage, and you can see that FaZe are elated with this 2-1.
I don't know, man. You should know better, and that makes me wonder if the confidence is there. You know where he is. You've got a gun. Go and shoot him, right? It's a gamble to pull a grenade out in that situation. It leaves you vulnerable. And there we go, FaZe win their force, and Dignitas will force straight back. How many forces, how many trades will we continue to have? Aggression coming in from FaZe in the middle area, nades as well. MSL, not long for this world perhaps. He's got 8 HP and Tensky's being taken down as well. And MSL soon dispatched of Cajun B. Quick to follow, Config and Rubino wondering what the hell is going on in this round.
Yeah, right now there's not much going in their way. The bomb is now being discovered as well, and they know where Rubino is. And if they wanted, they could just play perfect positions around the bomb to just force Rubino into a spot that's impossible for him to win. They don't need to go and push him right now. And Dignitas, they had such a good start. They had such a good start, and it's all going wrong. Now that FaZe are starting to build some money here, and if they don't lose anybody else, that's going to be a really nice situation for them, because Dignitas can't really buy in the following rounds. And that means that FaZe can start to get that money, and they can start to get Fox on the AWP. And well, let's see if Rubino can do something. He's got a minute to play with to try to salvage the situation. And FaZe are just waiting, playing it sneaky in their hidey holes. And Rubino will make his progress slowly but surely towards the bomb. And Rain will spot him. Timely peek. The frag comes in, and 3 members will indeed survive.
Bumpy start for both teams, but perhaps FaZe have righted the ship. Dignitas down to $2,000 now, and they will have little choice but to go for an eco, so the trading of rounds has ceased for the time being. Again, this is a round with no nades coming in here for the T side, so one can't expect much to be done. And we'll see what they choose to do. Passive play for now, trying to maybe catch an aggressive FaZe player towards mid, but FaZe know what that consecutive round means, and they will take the range advantage.
Indeed, and Fox needs to make sure he doesn't overextend here. Yeah, there's a lot of juicy eco frags, but I'm going to get too confident. That's why, because the range is just appalling. That is not a good play there from Fox. Could have just let them have middle. Instead, now they're going to boost up and see what they can get done. And the problem also is that AZ, you can see, he's going to look at 2 spots at once, and that is not ideal, because if the timing doesn't work out correctly, he can get punished there, but they will change positions. They're going to get aggressive into middle here. This is madness here from FaZe, but they're going to pull it off with great coordination, coming in from 3 sides at once.
Again, mid is an area you can throw a flash into from the A bomb site. Config trying to get a desperate plant, trying to get some bonus money for his team, but Rain is forcing the aggression, and now Rain can just bide his time there while the rest of the team rotate and make life very difficult for Config indeed. No more kills for the Dignitas team, only one person getting taken there.
So James, this is kind of something we've actually seen quite a few times there. You know, that peek on mid there from Fox. You're against pistols, at close range, it's a one-shot kill. Fox, you know, happily walks into that range against 3 or 4 players after he's already spotted them. You know, these kinds of mistakes, these kinds of lapses of focus can really give the edges to, you know, where Dignitas can eventually abuse. And I mean, him losing that money, it may not look like much now, but it may play into the factors later on, because Fox is the guy that spends the most money. He's the guy that buys the AWP, so he needs to maintain that economy. And it looks like these early aggressions here, Cajun B suddenly finding his form again. 2 entry frags towards the slope, but Dignitas, they know they have time. They are going to sit on this advantage.
That is a problem for FaZe. I think they left the slope open so they could play a deep 2-man setup here, a crossfire. Well, not a crossfire, but a setup. But didn't work out for them. Dignitas coming in aggressive. And you can use Molotovs and such to force players up, but it's very hard to clear them from that entire area. So, 2-man advantage for Dignitas early, and they've got 1:10 on the clock to decide what they want to do. Their players are in good positions, so they have a lot of options available to them. They've got some smokes as well, so they can obscure their positions from their opponents. And they're trying to creep towards the B bomb site. Going to work out so far, but Jacob has taken MSL down, and indeed he can try and slow down the advance while the CTs come in. Another frag for him, unanswered by Dignitas. Finally, Rubino to get the frag, but Rain is in position now, and he's the last man standing for FaZe. Trying to stop the bomb from going down with the Molotov, and gets himself a nice 1 versus 1. Both players remaining for Dignitas are heavily tagged. Gets the knife out to rotate, but surprise, Cajun B's behind him. Another round on the board for Dignitas.
Yeah, the Clutch Master Rain is not going to be pulling off any of those shenanigans anytime soon. Dignitas will make sure of that. And this is where things really start to come together. Oh, such clean, crisp shots there from Cajun. And that's going to really make the difference there. So Dignitas with that decisive victory are going to be now creating a situation where FaZe's money is starting to get a bit destabilized. They don't have an AWP. They are lacking on grenades. And, well, again, it's a situation where Fox hadn't died earlier. He would probably have an AWP now. Either way, we have Dignitas taking that mid-control with a couple players. They want to split onto the A-bomb side. That is fairly clear at the moment. But what they need to do is need to take control of connector first. And that's what MSL is here to do. He starts to edge his way up middle. And if AZ and Fox, with this flashbang, can get the frags, that's going to make a massive effort towards stopping the push from hitting A properly. Oh, that's a really nice way to do it. MSL's dead, and they know what's going on now, I think. As Kiyoshima goes down the ladder, finds himself a Tensky. Oh, but he doesn't get anything there, just some damage.
The re-smoke in Palace will be a problem, but Cajun B, yeah, he's going to get punished as he comes out of it. The bomb's down in the middle of the site here, but there's a man advantage for Dignitas. There's a smoke down in jungle, which means they can go for the short plant because they are covered by the smoke, and they've got Config in position. So he's going to be the big red button, the emergency situation here as Jacob comes in for the flank in T-spawn. So again, we've got Rubino who's going to face eventually, even if he goes down, though, Config's in a good spot, but Rubino's going to win the duel, so Config doesn't need to reveal his position just yet. Rain has no idea where he is, and Config's moved into a more advanced position, so Rain is in a bit of a crossfire here. But again, he can get himself a 1 versus 1. Not going to get the frag, though. Dignitas start to claw back, and FaZe had nothing left in the bank here. They've got problems coming through.
Yeah, they really do, and right now it's going to be quite cool to see whether this... we're going to see the Rubino of the week, because, he's been a little bit more quiet in the last map, but... As you can see, he's been having a pretty firm effect in this match so far. The 88 ADR, the average damage per round, showing his impact. There is a quick smoke there to go onto the catwalk, so an important one. And now we're going to see also Jacob just sneaking in. FaZe obviously on an eco buy now, so if Jacob going to get a sneaky frag, that would be nice. And here you go, he finds one. There's not to be a second, but that might be, that's good damage nonetheless.
Yeah, he slows down the opposition, and that allows a rotation to come in, because there was nobody on one of these sites here for FaZe, but they've sorted that out. You can see Config has done a very nice job of disposing of that gun. Very important little detail to be aware of there. And you can often find when the team with the weaker buy gets a kill like that, they might have people come searching for those scraps, so to have them taken away is very important. But it can also be used as bait in this occasion. On this occasion, it'll be disposed of, and Dignitas will move elsewhere. The whole team now bunching up to try and clear out these ecoing players from FaZe, who continue to move all over the place.
Yeah, but this combined push should be strong enough to batter down the defense. That is FaZe at the moment, and just those pistols indeed. Kiyoshima spotted, providing a little bit of nuisance. What is this, though? He picks up an AK, but not for long, as the rest of the unit start to march their way into the site. And that will be that. Dignitas put an end to the eco round of FaZe, and now it's back to the buy for the FaZe clan. They don't have an AWP on Fox again, and it really makes a big difference for Fox. He's so much better of a player when he has the sniper rifle. But he's relegated to these M4s, and this is the second time this is the case.
Yeah, that said, I think this is one of his least effective maps. It's one of the harder ones to be really good on as an AWPer, because the T's have so many ways to harass you with that particular smoke in the middle of mid and what they can do around it. So we'll see how things continue for both teams. 4-4 is the score. Nades lacking on the FaZe clan at present, so Dignitas with some opportunity. But again, we've seen a lot of difficult maps here from a number of teams, where rounds have continually been traded. Jacob may find himself in a difficult situation. Jack in the box coming through. Rubino ready and waiting for that one. And the split is on. But the bomb has gone all the way into that room. And there are nades here for Rain. He's got a 2-man. That's crucial. So the map control for Dignitas on B is irrelevant, because that smoke is all that matters here. That smoke is a brick wall right now, and it is being replenished here by FaZe with a man advantage and the bomb in a horrible, suicidal position for Dignitas.
Yeah, FaZe must be laughing right now, losing the bomb site, but still having control of the most important thing. And there's a minute to play with, but what on earth do Dignitas do? They do have grenades. They've got a Molotov on Cage and B, so there is a way to attack this if they take their time. But they might be having to go for elimination, because this is probably going to take quite some time here. Let's see if they can make it work. They do have a smoke of their own. If they can throw a forward smoke, they can isolate the player in the ladder room. That would be a good play. AZ's ready for the movement there, but Rubino's the guy to hit the shot. Nice entry frag from him. And Ray's going to be sitting there looking for the shots. This spray comes in, just one. And Kiyoshima able to clean out the presence in middle, but the bomb can be taken here by Tensky, but he's alone. He's got 20 seconds. He's got 29 health as well. But he should be able to be clear for this, but there is a player coming. It's Kiyoshima. And he is making his way in from the apartments, and this surely should sign the demise of Tensky. Let's see, though, if he can pull out a miracle here. He's been in many clutch situations so far. This is one of the most important ones to Dignitas. He can't get the first kill, and that's going to be it there for FaZe. They'll pick up the round there with the defuse and a critical, critical problem there in losing that bomb on ladder room. You don't see that every day.
Indeed, it just bounces at the feet of Rain with a massive 2K there. And the bomb could have gone into Apps instead. Who knows why it ends up in that position, but it's a precarious one, dancing down short, and it didn't work out for Dignitas, well, at least at that stage. But they made it, well, it didn't work out at all. FaZe take the round, and that is a crucial round where their economy was in a very difficult spot. Dignitas back on the buy, however, that plant will be a bonus. MSL onto the Galil, so you can see that the Dignitas side are within the constraints of their economy. Again, the standard smoke coming in there, continuing to make life a bit of a pain for the mid player Fox. Dignitas will take their initial map control. We'll see if they start to go to some of their more default rounds.
Yeah, I mean, Dignitas, after making a mistake in having the bomb on the wrong person, they need to make sure that doesn't get to them. And this is a much more classic sort of Dignitas round here, where you see that connected control coming in. Rupano, though, he's going to open up again, taking down AC, but Kiyoshima's still in position. Great flash from a teammate, and that's going to give Kiyo another frag. Fox still holding out jungle there. Good dink onto Config, but still Config gets another kill. What is this? Jacob now needs to get both players, and he's got full health to do so. And they need to get the bomb. They're going to make the cross onto the site, and Jacob's wondering now, are they going for the rotation? Because that is very possible. It's all about the mind game. It's all about the guessing. And what will Jacob guesstimate in this situation? Of course, it's going to be tough regardless of what happens here, because he's going to be in a 2 versus 1. But if he does get there before the bomb goes down, then obviously that's going to be a big advantage. It looks like he's going to go back to connector here. So the bomb will be going down, and they can take any positions they want. They won't know this, though, but they can predict the most likely spot for Jacob to be, which is this kind of area, because it's the safest sort of area to be in.
Okay, the penny has finally dropped, and he will make his way over to the correct side. Just checking his 6, making sure there's nobody coming in from the back, and now he has to figure out where the crossfire might be. One player spotted, that's Config, but he's going to get a sharp shot straight in the head. So, things tied up once again. Trading rounds has been part of the message of the day here. Both teams 3 rounds in a row, and the trades come in. That's going to tarnish the economy for a lot of people. FaZe have little choice but to go for an eco here, but we have a particular item being bought there. 5 HEs coming in for the side, and then money's a bit of a mixed bag now. Rain has pretty much gone for the 4, so is Jacob for the most part. The rest of the team leaving something in the hole, and we have the nades flying in at top mid, but passive position being held by Dignitas. They've got the numbers to hold there as well. Rain doing what he can with the CZ, and we've got nades coming back. Oh, that's a bad nade actually from the CTs. Causing damage to one of their own players, and they've given up on their mid push. 3 more players to find, but Dignitas' patience has paid off.
Yeah, they had the mid-read, actually, which was pretty nice, but shame about the nade timings. Although Dignitas are going to be quite happy with that. They got 5 players alive. They can. It's very hard to mess this kind of a round up. You just have to go together onto a bomb site at this point. Play the trades correctly, play the nades correctly, and you are good to go. You can leave Config in mid as well if they want to catch any rotation. Oh, God, that is absolutely savage there from Kiyo. Able to take down MSL with a P250. He will get smoked off, though. And this could get kind of interesting if they end up going towards B, which it looks like they will, because that is where the remaining 2 players are in. 2 CZs, you can't count them out just yet. In goes Rain for the first frag. Oh, can't get it though. Tensky jumping headshot onto Rain. Jacob eliminated with ease as well, and that's going to be another round for Dignitas. 6-5, and these teams are going backwards and forwards here, but the momentum seems to be with Dignitas at the moment, as FaZe need another save.
It's good to see Dignitas actually having success on their T side of Mirage. We've seen what they're capable of on this particular map. Again, they haven't shown it this week so far, but when it counts in the last map of this best of 3 to face Fnatic tomorrow, they are doing well at the moment. FaZe will need more rounds on their CT side, although their T sides can be quite savage, but that is a while away yet, and they are back on an eco with pistols and a HE grenade. Spent a lot of cash in the previous round on those grenades and pistols and such. Indeed, they will be on another eco now.
And nice double peek there coming in from Dignitas. Cool little coordination from them. And again, you know, this is a lot about just playing solid anti-eco rounds. You know you're up against the pistols. You want to play the ranges, you want to play together, and you want to use those grenades to remove their advantages, which would be close range. And slowly but surely, Dignitas working into control into middle at the moment. Looks like a failed smoke. Very nice. Jacob will get a bit damaged there as well. Gets a tag and actually a kill as well. And that's always a little bit annoying, but I don't think Dignitas will be too worried. Although Kiyoshima able to get a nice deagle shot there. And now there's just 3 players left here. And there's still 2 deagles alive, so definitely cause for worry for Dignitas.
Vision of the bomb means problems for Dignitas, and the bomb continues to rest on short here, and they don't have any players in position, and you can see AZ is close. So look at the clock. There are 40 seconds on the clock here. Dignitas need to go and get that bomb, and AZ just waiting for them, going to get punished for doing so. Maybe this will speed up the remainder of Dignitas, but which site will they choose? Still a gamble to be made there. Tensky going through the underpass tells you where they are headed. Rotation coming in from FaZe as well, but only one of the players. Again, 20 seconds on the clock now. Kiyoshima on the site, trying to slow these players down, but he can do no more. Rain out of position with a mere USP, spotted by Cajun B, and the rest of the round should be safe here for Dignitas. Maybe Rain can collect himself some better weaponry, picks up a CZ, maybe an AK to be had as well. He will be scooping up all the freebies and making a quick exit.
Yeah, and that's a nice freebie to get, especially considering all the rounds they've lost in a row. This is going to be the 3rd in a row, so that's going to be $2,400 for them, in addition to what they currently have, which will be, you know, ranging between $5,000 and $6,000 for them. And that's a really nice place to be in. But, you know, having that extra AK means that you know, Rain's going to have a little bit better economy later on, and that always can count for something. And FaZe, you know, how do they play this now? I feel like a mix-up on the setup would be good. It would be nice to see Fox buying an AWP and going to short, because, you know, you were right. It's always very hard. Fox always has poor games when he's trying to AWP and force it on middle and connect, because teams are so good, especially Dignitas, at denying him with smokes. But when we've seen him play from short, that can be a different story, because short is harder to deny the AWPer there, generally speaking. So that could be a nice way to mix things up. And he has indeed gone for the AWP, but maybe he's going to play okay, spawns kind of suck, so he's not going to play for a spawn. Let's see how Fox goes for this. He's going to go straight to mid, James.
Dignitas coming out with 3 people towards the A site. Might be going for a fast play here. Normally you see MSR, he's going to be the smoke man towards mid, but he's not in mid. So something different is planned here by Dignitas, and they indeed have a fast execute towards the A site. But there are 2 people rather than the normal 1 lurker coming through mid here. Dignitas haven't made their way through the choke points yet, and that's allowing the CTs to rotate. That is a problem. They're still in the choke points, and Rain is in position towards connector. This might not work out well. That's a very important practice for config, but when is the push coming in? Cajun B takes down AZ as well, and the FaZe team are being completely wiped out. Jacob alone versus 4. It has paid off for Dignitas.
Yeah, Rain had to hit something there. I mean, if he gets that first kill, he's probably getting the second as well from that position, and now FaZe are in a lot of trouble. I mean, okay, they've got a round loss bonus building up, but Dignitas is starting to take the amount of rounds that they need to just basically take the, potentially take the 3rd map. I mean, you know, saw the analyst desk saying, okay, FaZe, you know, they've got this, they've been, you know, hot lately, they've been playing better lately, and that is true. But Dignitas, if they play to their potential, are always going to be contenders for any situation. And we're excited to see that now as we go 8-5 and the FaZe need a save. So a bit of a half buy from them, perhaps. And a beautiful entry. That was the one that really counted there. That really destabilized the defense, because we had 4 players there from FaZe. They knew what was going on.
The way this half is going at the moment for FaZe, they are going to need their players blasting their way through their T half. If they only get 5 rounds on their CT side, then there's going to be a lot of pressure on their shoulders. 9-5 looks likely here because we only have these pistols for FaZe. AZ seems curious, and he is in the middle of mid at the moment. He has a player on short, but not really there for support, and it seems they're waiting. Fox is going to be the initial aggressor from the window, and we may see Dignitas walking into a trap here.
Yeah, the trap is set, but will it be sprung? Looks like the bait's there, and AC is going to do his damage. 2 kills there coming in, and Rain is available for a 3rd. And now all of a sudden a 3 versus 2 ensues, and Dignitas are left wondering what the hell just happened. The bomb is there, it needs to be collected by Tensky. He'll be able to do that pretty much for free. But the problem, you know, for here for FaZe is that they can't really easily collect those weapons. That's basically the issue.
That is a beautiful setup from FaZe in the mid area with very little utility. So they've got the man advantage here, and Dignitas are in mid. That exposes them to multiple places. They're just biding their time at the moment. Jacob just about being spotted, but will he choose to engage here? Trying to get back into apps. Maybe that was the wrong choice. Tensky waiting to take him down, and that might be a B play here for the T's, or will they go to A? Both the FaZe players who remain are spread out at the moment, no crossfire coming in, but they have sound cues and they might realize what's going on here. Rubino trying to clear all the areas. Shadow, I'm not sure if it's been checked just yet. We have one player moving towards CT spawn on his own, and indeed he will go down. Rubino trying to go for the plant on his own now, and the crossfire comes in. FaZe steal around from Dignitas.
Yeah, that is a massive round to win, and to be honest, the thing is, it's a great setup, but you have to have a guy like AZ in that position to connect those shots. That was wonderful stuff. And then Rain long range with the CZ, an unlikely occurrence. And that's one thing, Dignitas have been building up a lot of momentum. They've been looking better. They've been gaining some confidence. And that's the kind of round where you're really going to feel like you should not have lost that. And it's going to be interesting to see whether or not that's going to really hurt Dignitas as we move forwards, or whether they've, have learned from some of the past games here. They can keep their composure. I mean, FaZe, that means a lot. We can hear the cheer from them. That is just pure confidence they'll be going in forwards with, because as you say, they will avoid that 10-5 situation, will FaZe. They got 6 rounds, they could get 7, but will they? We're gonna find out. First, we'll take a quick break. James, it seems like it has exploded on us, but hopefully that will be resolved quickly. Because this match has been quite intense, and Dignitas have suddenly found quite a resurgence. Although despite that resurgence and moving into this third map, they've been doing a lot better. Suddenly, FaZe look like they might be able to scrape away some advantages that could take them over the edge.
Yes, we saw a nice steal of a round towards the end there. There's still one round of the half to go, but we've got some highlights of from the beginnings here. Again, Kishima with a 4K in the pistol round. That was pretty monstrous stuff by him. A great start for FaZe, but then obviously losing the round after that was going to be a problem. We saw trades from both sides there, so it was a bit of a difficult half, but again, that Dignitas started to get some momentum, started to show why they are considered a good team on Mirage, why they are considered to have some good T strats. But speaking of strats, that eco round from FaZe later on was that was divine, Dan. It was divine indeed.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
And it was a round FaZe needed. I don't know if 6 rounds is enough for FaZe going into the second half, but only time will tell. Again, if they can get their momentum going, they can be very, very nasty on their T side, especially with Kiyashima in tow.
This music is amazing, James. I am mesmerized.
This got to be one from Jason's collection, Dan.
Absolutely.
And I'm hearing those 80s sounds.
The chip tunes. Well, I mean, this is going to be interesting right now. I mean, if we look at some of the performances from both teams, that's been a big problem for the Dignitas side. We saw consistency from Rubino, but, Config, as you can see here, 14 for 9. He's been adding a great, strength to his lineup and winning some of these key clutch situations. I mean, we saw some of it there in the highlights, and that individual skill is needed against the likes of FaZe, because they have been winning most of their rounds because of the fact that they have that edge. That is going to be usually their edge. Strategically, Dignitas are supposed to be their betters. So if you've got players like Config firing off, and that's what he's there on the team to do, then Dignitas are going to have a good time. But they've got to take it over the edge here. And I feel like it is going to be pretty up in the air, because they move into the CT side. They're going to have to react to the fast-paced play. Yeah,
there's one round left in this half. And when we get into the second, I'm so curious to see if the Dignitas side can hold versus the sheer violence that is to come from FaZe. But before we get into the second half, we will have that one more round here to decide. Is it going to be 9-6 or is it going to be an 8-7? How many? I mean, do you have a favorite for the second half here, Dan?
I think it's very hard to say because of the fact that Dignitas will be reacting. The thing with their team is that it's always been about them getting the damage in on their T side, and then if they can get a decent enough start on the CT side, then okay, they've won the match or allowed themselves to have the space to win the match because of the merit of the T side. So I really feel like they do need to get at least 9 on the board here moving forwards to have a solid chance to put them in favor. Otherwise, I feel like it could be quite up in the air because we have seen that FaZe do have some strategy on this map. It's not like we can really close the book on them in that sense. They have a lot of good dynamic rounds to go to that could catch Dignitas off guard because they've designed those rounds with the skill sets of their players in mind, right? The heavy-hitting, fast-playing players such as Kiyashima, they like to throw him in there, as well as players like AZ and Jacob. Just get them in the action, and that's what is scary about FaZe.
While we wait for this technical Steam issue to be resumed, we're going to have a quick look at the Fnatic game from earlier. It was another three-mapper, a surprise three-mapper against TSM. Again, TSM managed to get that odd map here and there against some of the best teams in the world, like Luminosity on Cobblestone. And obviously Fnatic doing great work here, but TSM got a lot of rounds once more.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite interesting to see how Fnatic were having a bit of trouble here in finding their feet. And I mean, you could definitely see on their faces afterwards they weren't happy in the way that they won that, much like we had in the previous week with Astralis and CLG, where Astralis were able to win, but it just didn't go the way in which they expected it to, and they have such high expectations of themselves. But one of the cool things to see is that olofmeister can still play. This is pretty much the same Fnatic in many senses as the pre-injury olofmeister, but they're still finding the groove again, because we can't forget that they have made changes since he was gone. And you know, finding that groove again does take some time. But TSM, they showed that once they got some more experience and some more routine, they are quite scary. And we started to see players like Sick and Automatic unleash themselves, showing that they can play, you know, take aim duels against some of the best aimers in the world.
Yeah, they did themselves a solid today, Dan. They did themselves a solid. And indeed, the fact that they got a map off Fnatic is somewhat crazy. I know Fnatic weren't happy with their performances. I think it was JW saying that they're coming into tomorrow's final 200%. But talk is cheap, Dan, so we'll have to see. But who will be joining them? We will find out soon enough. But again, it was nice work by TSM. They had a good lead here on Mirage earlier on today. FNS putting in work as well. So, you know, it was great. And again, TSM had clearly done their homework. They had clearly studied the demos from the week's matches, and they had adjusted and improved and had hard counters to some of the Fnatic plays. I think on the last map, they went for a YOLO 5-man push on the pistol to the wrong bomb site, which was unfortunate for them. Not getting off onto the right foot there, but again, Mirage was a nice map for TSM.
I mean, one of the things that really made the difference was finally Semphis stepped up and did something. There's so many maps where Semphis previously didn't really contribute to the team, and you know, he's always been the star opera role, and I think the transition of structure and the transition of players has affected him, because I think that he has the freedom, or feels like he has the freedom in the team, to go crazy anymore like he used to, because he used to play that pickup style and have all the freedom that he wanted, not a care in the world. But then when the pressure's on, he's going to play more disciplined. I think that was affecting him. But we started to see that, you know, he started to get comfortable, and that allowed them to take him out from Fnatic, and it gave confidence to the rest of the team too. And so that's a big deal. So that, you know, definitely, you know, people cannot count out TSM in the future. There is much more to be learned from them.
Yeah, and let's bear in mind the stand-in Cadian did good work today, especially on Mirage. He multiple times this week, he did really nice work for them, helped them come to this third map, and we will see Twist come back to the team in their online matches and see if they can continue improving in that regard. But again, they went for the YOLO push here on the pistol round over towards the A site, but Fnatic were charging in towards B. So Fnatic getting off to a good start there, and maybe TSM just weren't able to catch up with them. And that 180 headshot from Crims was completely ridiculous.
Yeah, and this is the sad thing for TSM, is that this is a great map for them. I mean, there were some comments saying how much they practiced Cobblestone, how it's a really good finish for them. And you could really see it, actually, despite what was a landslide scoreline in the end, where Fnatic just got round after round after round. There were many very close rounds from TSM. They always kept Fnatic on their toes, and it took some ridiculous clutches from the likes of Crims, from the likes of Dennis, to actually make sure that they could continue that momentum. And Fnatic, you know, they're always going to be a team that can dominate you, and they played very disciplined, they played very focused, and they really gave, I think, TSM a lot of respect in this last map.
There it is, 16-6, and that took Fnatic over the line. An uncomfortable series for the Swedish side, but indeed they still made it to the final there. So that's all that counts at the end of the day. They will be waiting patiently to see who out of these two teams will be doing the same. I'm sure they'll be watching as well and looking for strengths and weaknesses between these two sides. So I think we will be going to a short break and returning shortly, hopefully with the resumption of the match. We will see you back here soon.
Soon we will be ready to resume the match, which had been paused. We're on the third map between Dignitas and FaZe. And James, the stakes are fairly high.
Indeed they are. Just 2 rounds between these two teams and 1 round to play in the first half before FaZe take the aggressive side. So we're going to have to wait and see who takes this one. Again, FaZe winning a very unlikely round there with a nasty eco set up with 3 players towards the mid area, stealing a round away from Dignitas. Both teams will be on quite a reasonable buy in this particular round, but should be getting into action shortly. So pretty much a full buy for both sides. Unclear as to who might take it here. 8-6 in favor of Dignitas on Dignitas' T side at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's pretty key that, you know, we just saw a graphic there showing that Kiyoshima's been one of the better performers here for FaZe, and that is definitely going to play a part into FaZe right now, because we should see them moving forwards there and being on the aggressive side, or being able to take some aggressions there with him, and it's very curious to see how that's going to pan out. Of course, you know, Dignitas, although I shouldn't get ahead of myself, we still have 1 round left of Dignitas on the T side. And it's going to be quite important for them to nail this one, because as I said previously, I feel like FaZe could actually surprise and shock Dignitas with some of the strategies that they have to show for on that second half. And before we get there, Dignitas need to secure the 9th round. And, well, looks like we might be going to another little bit of a delay.
They've all gone mad. They've all gone mad.
They've been paid off.
So, yeah, I think we're going to have a quick restart of the round, and then we should be good to go. So apologies for the delays here, but...
it's a monkey there on the desk, James. A cuddly monkey. Look at it.
How do you know it's cuddly?
Well, it looks cuddly. It looks very fluffy.
Yeah, but that's an assumption, Dan. That's an estimation. You have no facts. You have no proof that it's cuddly.
You know, there are a lot of players that used to, and still do actually, you know, have little animals, or, you know, stuffed animals, whatever it is, on their desks, to little mascots, if you will. Famously, the first person who did that was actually Fatality. A little tiger draped across his monitor.
So
CRT monitors.
I would have gone for a boxing glove.
A boxing glove.
Why not?
I mean, we had, I think, Astralis had loads of cuddly toys as well. I think, what is it a hedgehog that Dupree has?
I have no idea, Dan, but maybe we can find out after the break. While we resolve these gremlins in the system, we'll see you back here shortly. To the show. So Dignitas said, hey, wait, we don't have a bomb. Definitely did have a bomb. So they're going crazy over there. 1 round remains in the first half, and we are finally going to get things underway once again. You see the AWP onto both sides, lots of utility on to both sides. Standard start here for Dignitas with the smoke coming down into mid.
Yeah, we got Cajun on that AWP, and that's going to be fun to watch. See what he can do with it. Obviously, right now we've got him moving towards the B apartments, and, well, the smoke is going to definitely make things a little bit more awkward. Not much to be done when that smoke is down, and Rain with some cursory spray through the wooden panel there. We'll find no opponents, and MSR is going for the creeper mode up middle there. Crouching crab walking in, and has to go forward through the smoke there because the pressure's on. And look at the reaction here. Very nice incendiary. And now the aggression coming in from Connector as the information reaches Kiyoshima, and he'll get a frag out of it. Although Config's in a very forward position. Oh, he just barely sees the barrel. But there's Kiyoshima able to defend his teammate AZ in the window room. And now Dignitas are in on top of this B bomb site, but they are being deflected by JChem.
The Cajun B, last man standing versus 3, and he's looking for more frags, but while he looks for more frags, there's more rotation coming in, so maybe he will find some. Maybe he will get traded. We will soon find out. Angles being held now by the CT side. Doesn't matter if Cajun B plants the bomb, as this is the last round of the half, so as long as FaZe can defuse it, then they are all good. Cajun B picking up the bomb now. Still nobody facing, and he knows they're going to be waiting for him. But he's just going to go for the hero plant anyway. 1 versus 3. How many 1 versus 1 can he get? Fox spotted there. And it's going to be Cajun B tagged and finished off by Kiyoshima coming in from the short position. So FaZe gets an important 7th round on the board. Dignitas will lead by 1. And now we will find out who will take the aggression over to the second half. And again, FaZe with a reasonable score in the CT half. They have the potential to do great damage on the T side. It just comes down to if Dignitas can get off to a good start, if they can hold things down. Again, FaZe are going to be very dangerous indeed. So while it's 7 rounds and you think, should have FaZe got more, you have to ask the same question for Dignitas, because we know what FaZe are capable of, especially if Kishima can get firing and running down the middle of mid.
Yeah, and we're going to go straight into this one as well. And I was bigging up the ability for FaZe to play on their T side. And we just saw 3 kills out of Kiyoshima. And we've seen he's been one of the more important players in some of their aggressive strategies. So I cannot wait to see what happens when FaZe gets some money. But with an 8-7 scoreline, I really feel like this one is up in the air right now. Either team could win this and take this to the finals against Fnatic tomorrow live on TBS. But first, the Pistols.
AZ looks like it's a smoke towards the jungle connector area. And indeed, it is a full commitment here from FaZe. Now, Dignitas, they have a choice to make. Will they play for the retake, or will they go through those smokes and try to stop this from happening? We've got Rubino creeping in the corner, but he will back off. They will indeed play for the retake. Where will the bomb get planted? That will determine how easy it is for FaZe to defend here. CT side streaming in, but only from jungle and connector for the time being. They need to go and take CT, but CT has been taken by the T's. Config, though, has something to say about it. And FaZe are now going to be caught in an awkward spot. MSL towards Sandwich getting taken down. Rubino on the connector stairs, and Config indeed has come in from CT. Can the T's retake it? We've got nades flying in there. Man advantage for the T's at the moment, and they're all running all over the place. Really hard to catch them. KGB looking for some frags. He's going to run out of bullets, but not before he takes down Fox. Kiyoshima going to trade, and Cage and B will get taken down as well. Tensky versus 3. Only got 20 HP and Kevlar, and there are too many numbers. FaZe win a crucial first round in the second half.
Messy stuff there on the bomb site, but it will indeed go to FaZe, and they're going to get the A case out. The P90 is going to come in. And Dignitas, what do they go for? Some teams do like to just play this very conservatively these days instead of going for the force buy, and it can be quite hard to win the force buy rounds when you're on this map and you're playing a team that can play good anti-force buy. I'm not even super confident that FaZe are going to be one of those teams which you should respect hugely, like your NIPs or your Astralises and so on when it comes to that sort of situation. But anyway, it'll be a bit of a light investment, not all the way from Dignitas, just a few pistols to see what damage they can get done. And I think they'll be happy with 2 or 3 kills. And let's see if they can get that as FaZe move up into middle.
You see how AZ checks the entire wall there again. That's something that CSM didn't manage to do, if I remember correctly, on Mirage earlier on here, which could cause accidents. But FaZe definitely more meticulous here on Mirage, doing well so far. No damage really taken by any player here. AZ's got himself a 3k for 30 HP. And Rubino's the last man standing on a team far away over towards the A bomb site. FaZe looking good at the moment, and they will have the range advantage. Rubino finished off. Not much he could do there. So FaZe take the lead now. Dignitas, we can expect one more eco before the big buy comes in.
And that eco is going to feature many explosive objects, specifically high explosive grenades. And let's see if, Dignitas will try to play dodgeball with FaZe. Let's see if FaZe are going to dodge or if they're going to get caught by those. We've seen a lot of interesting plays with that last week, actually. Let's see if Dignitas can get something going. They're going to be going up mid with them. Here they go. ACE's going to be able to spot everything. There's 5 players facing at once. The grenades are going to start to land here on these players as they take down AZ. Kyo's trapped there amongst many numbers as the CTs press the attack, but the flag for JK with the P90 is good. 3 kills in a row for him, and that's going to be the round safe, secure, and in the bag there for FaZe as they go in against Dignitas' buy round.
What a glorious sound. That P90 ringing out to stop the shenanigans of Dignitas. How dare you come after my teammates? I will bring you nothing but glory. They will name streets after you in various places in Denmark. They weren't really. 2-round lead here for FaZe at the moment as the buy comes out for Dignitas. 5 rifles for the side. Jacob getting a little bit of a run boost from his teammate there. And he will continue with the P90. If they go for a fast aggression phase, then that P90 may pay off at close quarters. We will have to see later on as FaZe take their initial control. And indeed, that P90 putting in work there. Jacob picking up the AK from his teammates.
Yeah, long range no less. And actually, nice aggression there from Tensky. Was that through the smoke? Very nice timing if it was. I mean, he could have predicted that. They did spot, obviously, Jacob in that area previously. So Tensky on point in that situation. That brings it to a 4 versus 3 in favor of the Danish side. Dignitas just looking to play a little bit more passively now. They don't need to take too many risks. They can play 2 players to each bomb side or something similar. Or if they can try to push 1 player on the B apps, maybe they can start to push more towards A. And it does seem like they have a better defense towards A at the moment. They're really feeling this push, and FaZe is starting to creep in. And right now we have Rubino going close. And Config on the stairs as well. So this is actually a great setup here for Dignitas, but they must avoid the initial grenades. They must avoid the initial entry fragging attempts here. As the flashbang comes in, Rain will try to turn away there. Fox tries to press the issue, and you can see that Ruben and Config both having a lot of trouble with the grenades thrown in, but still not dead actually, still on the site, still ready to defend here as their teammates are starting to run in. FaZe are too slow, but there is the headshot found by Rain. What else can they get? Config with an excellent frag there, a second as well, finding the headshot onto Rain as he drops, forcing AZ to plant alone, 1 versus 2. And the quick flank will mean the end of AZ, but the bomb went down at the very least for some extra cash in the bank.
Yeah, FaZe had the money to buy in the next round anyway, and that will be a bonus. So Dignitas surviving with 2 players means their economy is going to be spread thin despite winning the round. That's something FaZe can try to capitalize on in the coming round. Nice play there by Config. But FaZe, they were so hesitant to push the site, they allowed the rotation to come in, and that means AZ gets killed as soon as the bomb goes down. It doesn't have time to adjust because they took too long to make it into the site in the first place. And now we will see who has the superior buy between these 2 teams. And it looks like FaZe. Orb coming out onto Fox here. We'll see what Tensky picks up when he makes his exit. It will be an AK resting for him. So a good buy for both teams. And this will be a crucial round for both sides. We'll see Fox making his way into mid, missing the shot there, but MSL kind of stuck, and he cannot escape in time. Taken down by Kiyoshima.
Now, the cool thing is to note how they play the round from this point, because again, you get the early round advantage as the terrorist side, and that means the defense is thinned out. It also means that Dignitas will feel this as a disadvantage, and they may try to push somewhere. Often you're going to see either a palace push, a slope push, or an apartments push, or a retake into mid. That's the most dangerous one, obviously, as FaZe are just sitting in there right now, and Config is going to try to see what he can get. He's got some good angles here, very unexpected angles, but he's going to spot nothing, and this is really big right now. He's going to hear the nade going in towards the B apps, but that is actually just a presence play to show that FaZe could be in that area. And what's going to happen is Config is going to get the information for his team to say, guys, it's going to be A right now.
How long will they take FaZe to move before this information is found by Config? It seems it may already be too late. Look at the rotation on the map. We have the player from B moving towards A. B is being abandoned, and Dignitas are looking to have a strong hold here. Rubino is going to be key, and his teammates are going to need to support him. We may see a few flashbangs fly in here for the T side, or maybe they'll go for the raw peaks. It seems it could be the latter. Fox getting into position now as well. Tensky may be sacrificed if he goes for the repeat here, but the CT's coming in for the flashes. Rubino makes himself known. The trades come in though. And out of flank here from Config. We've got blinds players, and that is a massive play here. But it's only a 2 versus 2. Now it's Config alone. They know where he is. Headshots are raining in all over the place, and AZ will finish Dignitas off. That is an economy reset that Dignitas cannot afford right now.
What a big play from AZ right at the end there. I thought that Config had done more than enough work. He got all the information for his team with a big risk. He got 3 kills there, very decisively so as well. Look at this. Fantastic work. And then all of his teammates, they couldn't survive against the bulk of the initial play. And that's a play that Dignitas knew was coming a mile away. So if they're having problems with rounds like that, that definitely does not bode well here for the Danish side. We'll have to see if they can find a recovery, because right now it's all going to be about FaZe. FaZe have the buy, Dignitas do not. FaZe also have the Mach 10 onto Kiyoshima, so he can play the information game. So it looks like Jakin will spot 1 player. But is it a stack? Is it not? They still don't know FaZe. They need some more information before committing forwards. Okay, Config's going to push up mid and just nail AZ there. Lovely stuff for Dignitas, but will it matter?
Config and his Deagles.
Yeah, man.
Perhaps a love story, but it may end in tragedy if Dignitas can't start to claw back the round back. 2-round leads for FaZe at the moment. They're a man down, but they have time on their side for the time being. Jacob harassing over towards the B platform. Problem is for FaZe, they don't have any Molotovs here. You could just drop one on the end of the platform, and that would cause many problems. Tensky wouldn't be able to hold that off angle. Cajun B is going to have to keep re-picking, which is the interesting thing here, to enable Tensky to stay there. And it looks like the punish is coming in, but Tensky's got PC-50. Nothing can be done, though. Cajun B going as well. 3 players remaining for the CTs. Coming in from short. They've got no more presence on the B-bomb site itself, which means the range advantage is with FaZe. Although it's Deagle still in play here. Make that one. MSL last man standing. MSL last man to fall. 3-round lead now for FaZe.
Yeah, they're starting to get some of the momentum on the board. And the buy is still not going to be found here for Dignitas because of that hard reset. So they're going to have to go for another half buy, another save. And Rain, really nice entry work there with the long-range spray. And if he keeps that kind of work up, definitely there's going to be problems here for Dignitas in the future rounds. But One more for them to wait. But the problem is that that's going to put FaZe on 13 already. So at that point, Dignitas cannot make another mistake. So the pressure truly is on.
Rain with an early frag onto Config. This is another eco here for Dignitas, so nothing to go crazy about, but at least FaZe have got the opening kill in a round where they have a significant advantage. Wasn't the case in the previous round, although he did manage to stabilize and take it over the line. 3 more plays to find. MSL playing blind spots, but not blind enough, unfortunately. Vods going to take him down. Quick clean out by FaZe, and again, we have a situation now where FaZe are 4 rounds ahead of Dignitas. Dignitas coming back into the bye. They won't have much money left, but FaZe will. So even if FaZe lose, it's nothing but pressure coming the way of Dignitas.
Yeah, these performances are starting to get pretty interesting right now, just due to the fact that you know, FaZe still don't seem to, don't appear to be having any issues with the fact that Dignitas are getting some good positioning in, they're getting some good information in. FaZe can always fire their way out, shoot their way out of any problems that they may be having. And if that continues, Dignitas, well, they don't have much in the way of a buffer now. Got to get it done here, and MSL tries to take a risk there, gets shot in the feet, and he gets spotted from underpass. Jacob just with a quick little Molotov to keep himself safe as he pushes forwards now, and they can feel the presence of the CTs in the middle. And Dignitas have to be careful not to give up an early round advantage. We saw that was an issue on map 1. And here is the mid take from FaZe. It has come to a head now. All they need to do is take connector and shorts, and then they can make the play from there. Dignitas have allowed them that position. They've been pushed back now.
An interesting smoke the T's have opted for in the connector. I think it gives them a bit of breathing room to look into the A bomb site while mostly denying vision towards short. So if there is a B split coming in, then Dignitas may have trouble trying to stop it from the A site through connector. We see FaZe just lining up now to make their play. Dignitas may have players in the wrong position here. This might be a bit awkward for the team. Maybe having a read that it's going to be an A play, but you see KGB moving backwards and forward. Tensky going for the peak as well, and he's going to be in for a nasty surprise now. The nade starts to rain in, and he's going to be completely blind and overwhelmed here by these T's. KGB taking 1 down, but there are 4 on the side here. He needs to get more frags and waste time for his team to come in. Config with a 2-man spray down. That's going to be massive man advantage for the CTs, but AZ's holding the angle, going to get shot by his teammate. Bit nervy, these FaZe players. AZ's angle is crucial to the rest of this round here for FaZe.
Yeah, AZ waits patiently. He knows the push is going to come. It's a matter of time. There's the flashbang. There are the players. The spray comes in. It's not good enough from AZ. Only 1 frag. Kirishima not with the health to withstand the push from Config and MSL. And that's going to be the round there for Dignitas. They will save themselves a round that they could not afford to lose. But equally, they can't afford to lose any rounds at this point because FaZe are so close. And that double man spray down from Config, very important stuff there. And 13-10 is the score, and you can see Config, he's been really delivering here for his side.
But again, we have problems going forward if FaZe can take this round. They've still got some money in the bank. FaZe. Dignitas buying within an inch of their economy, so they cannot afford to drop any round. Dignitas surviving with 2 players. This is a problem they will have. They need to survive with 4 players, 5 players, and that's going to make life a lot easier for them going forward. FaZe 3 rounds away from victory here. Fox looking to get into an advanced position early to try and catch Tensky if he jumps on the box. But Tensky will do no such thing. That's a nice meaty nade coming in as well, and he'll go back towards the peaking. We've seen it punished, but the good thing is for Tensky that the jump arc, the height of it, is out of range here for Fox. So he is doing that as safely as possible. And the smoke will come in to slow down FaZe, who have most of their plays over towards B, maybe relying on that pick, but it doesn't come in. Yeah,
and often teams will have this plan A. It's like, okay, you try to get a pick here, you try to get a pick here. We play defensively here, and if by a certain amount of time nothing happens, you have to do something else. You have to take some map control, because the CT side are playing passively and forcing you to attack the side or to run a set piece onto a bomb side. And that's essentially what Dignitas have done here by playing it so passively. And they're sort of gambling that it's going to be a play towards the A side, because right now we can see that they have a very strong situation there. It's going to be hard for FaZe to actually break in, and they are deciding to go for this bomb side. They'll have a bit of a split. Only a double-pronged split right now from Connector and from Slope. They need the entries. They have 35 seconds to make this work now. Very nice little smoke grenade there for Jacob to play around, but still, it's going to be down to the push up front with the bomb. And looks good. Rain with a double there. Can't get the third. KGB's going to shut it down, but there are surely many players where he came from, and indeed, the frags will fall, and it's a 2 versus 1 with the bomb down. Tensky with it all to do.
And they've planted the bomb on triple, which means they can defend it from many more places than they could if it was the default position, which is going to make life very hard for Tensky. Actually, no, it's planted on default. So FaZe with an interesting position. Now they can't actually defend the bomb from this place. They have a HE and their guns. Tensky is, it seems he's going to go for the save here. Getting an AWP, and he will just hold on to what little Dignitas have. And indeed, we mentioned the economical issues here. If we look at the money for Dignitas, we'll see that they have been broken by this round. Again, the pressure from FaZe just too great. Too much money in the bank for the T side.
Yeah, they're looking really good at the moment, and they haven't even really been running a lot of their fast rounds. This is actually something that Thorin was talking about on the desk earlier, about how FaZe were taking rounds on overpass. It was actually with a lot of strategy that they actually, or rather, it was actually Cash, sorry, where they were pressing up onto the big positions like middle, the big portions of map control taken. They would try to bait reaction. They would try to punish reaction. They would make mid-round calls. They would actually play into sites. It wasn't just as simple as hit this site or hit this site, which was generally how they used to be. And FaZe are applying that again, not relying on the super fast, crazy plays, but as we're going to see in this round, they still have those in the back to throw at their opponents, and there's the entry.
Yeah, speaking of fast plays, Dan, that is the one we were looking for, the one Kishima likes to lead the charge in towards that connector area. AZ smokes off for the time being, but KGB, oh, he's got the bomb down, and his teammates are coming in for work as well. Everyone's getting wiped out apart from Kishima. What has happened here? We've got 3 players surviving for Dignitas. That is a very fast and bizarre round, but FaZe can continue the pressure here. They've still got money in the bank, and they've got a 3-round lead. And even if they lose, then their loss bonus can build up. But the money has finally been cleared for the FaZe team after this buy comes in.
I've actually never seen FaZe's FaZe strategy get shut down like that before, and with less than optimal equipment at that. So that's pretty good going by Dignitas, and they definitely needed that one. Let's see if they can convert. They've got MSL on the AWP now, as the bulk of FaZe are moving towards the B apartments down into the underpass area, and Dignitas have a bit of a setup going here with just trying to get MSL dug in deep with the AWP, the B apps to give them info, and Dignitas are waiting. But where are the cues here? They're going to hear some jumping in middle, some presence made there by FaZe. Lots of smokes down to obscure vision, and this is always precarious stuff to play around these smokes, to play around limited vision, especially if you're alone, as is Config right now. And he knows that they do want to take that position, but it's Kiyoshima that's going to give a haircut to KGB. And now it's a problem here for Dignitas because they're down a man. Oh no, it gets worse. Jacob takes down Config as well. MSL responds as they try to take Connector, but he's in trouble. What? Great shot there from MSL, that Deagle, and that turns the tides massively back into the favor of Dignitas.
There are bigger problems than that. I think Tensky might have seen the bomb is in T-spawn. AZ alone now versus 3. He's got a lot of work to do here, and he's got 45 seconds to do it. He needs to find all these players or run back and go and retrieve the bomb, and then basically just charge into one of these 2 sites here. And people are taking angles while all of this happens. And with Tensky top mid, he's going to hear AZ running to go and retrieve this bomb, and he can just reposition as necessary. So Dignitas have all the information they need. C players moving into A now because they know that he doesn't have time to go to B. So AZ is up against it. Could be a double peek coming in. I think he spotted one player there, trying to shoulder peek, trying to avoid the AWP, but Rubino's there with the AK, and that is a big play from MSL on a short position to help Dignitas take that round.
The Deagle frag was just, look at this, boom. That is insane. That was such an important kill from MSL, the fadeaway Deagle at long range, and now Dignitas are in a position once again to steal it away, because just as you said, there's just nothing in the bank here for FaZe. They just don't have anything to work with, so Dignitas have a real chance to equalize, but they still need 4 rounds to win this one on Mirage, so there's still a ways to go. They must keep their composure, they must keep their nerve.
This is a great opportunity for them to rebuild their money. Nothing really here for the FaZe clan. No nades. A little hope. They've got a lurker, and they've got a numbers game to play. MSL missing the initial shot there. We have a fast boost step coming in. The no-scope's not going to be enough. Legs are not going to get the fatal kill there. Jacob survived. Maybe that was through the walls. He's got armor, so it probably was the leg. Either way, 2 players lost here for Dignitas. Not like this, Dan. Surely not like this. No one's gone down for the FaZe clan at the moment. And now Dignitas are left to guess where the bomb is going. with no nades, FaZe have got massive map control at the moment. Dignitas have almost no eyes on 80% of the map right now.
And I mean, there's no Kevlar on these players for FaZe either, and they don't have the rifles just yet. So there's always going to be opportunity for Dignitas here. But it's definitely very scary right now. Talking about maintaining composure, there's a lot of pressure in a situation like this around that they can never give away. Here goes FaZe and his Tensky. There's the first frag with KGB. Great crossfire coming in. Now it's just Fox and Kiyoshima left, but Kiyoshima has found himself a rifle. 2 versus 2. Tensky winning the important battle. Kiyoshima eliminated as well by Rubino. And that's going to be 13-14. The 3 remaining players of Dignitas saving their situation there, which could have been a little bit embarrassing, but it's all okay.
Well, we find another crucial round. FaZe had basically nothing there, and they did colossal damage to the economy of Dignitas. They've got a little bit of money left in the hole here, but this is another crucial round for both sides because there isn't really much money left for either team. So whoever wins this is going to be in a very strong position to take the map and make it to TBS tomorrow. But which one will it be? Fox is getting into position, as are all the players on both teams. Dignitas opting for a bit of an unexpected, perhaps, setup towards the A bomb site, especially with Cajun B's position. That is not always checked when pushes come in. MSL again on the AWP rather than Cajun B. He's in a mid position, maybe allowing Cajun B to take a more important role, perhaps. MSL's done nice work as of late in the mid area, winning some crucial duels for his team. But they're still 1 round behind FaZe Clan at the moment.
They are, and currently we've got FaZe moving the bomb back into middle, so a very delayed take of the middle area. Dignitas playing it passively, playing it by ear, not going for any information plays, which of course come at their own risk. And now we're going to see slow but sure occupation here from FaZe. They've got themselves connector. But what will they do with it? They have also a player who is by the slope position, but it looks like Fox is going to get an entry kill there towards short, or rather just the pick off there, and that means that the B side of the map is really under a lot of problems at the moment, but there are also problems in the fact that there's very little time left to actually take the bomb site, and the bomb is only just reaching T-spawn now, and they're going to be left with 30 seconds to get onto a site. Looks like they've chosen that B bomb site, but that adds insult to injury. JChem, oh dear. Frag through the boxes there, and now Dignitas are down to 2 members.
This is a really bad spot for Dignitas. They don't have much money in the bank here, and FaZe are about to move to match point. To come all this way and potentially fail could be heartbreaking for the Danish side, but it's not over yet. They'll try to hold on to these 2 weapons. The money's not spectacular for the T's either, so they can't really afford to use too many players to hunt here, as it may make things awkward for them in what could be the final round of the game. We'll see if it goes that way and how much money Dignitas are left with. Dignitas are going to be on a minimal loss bonus, having won the last 3 rounds in a row. $1,400 is what each of these teams will get. If they can hold on to these 2 weapons, actually, they might have quite a reasonable buy coming into the next round. Rubino on 4.5K and Config on 41.
They'll have something, but will it be enough? Right now, FaZe are so close. Just 1 more round. Dignitas need 2 for the overtime. The pressure couldn't be greater for Dignitas right now. And FaZe as well. As if they make any mistakes, any missteps, any lapses of focus could cost either team right now a very important map. And we'll have right now Fox going for a move he hasn't been for before that I have seen on Mirage in this matchup today. He goes in for the pressure onto Palace, but on the other side of the map, we've got Config with a kill there. So already Dignitas take an early round advantage, but can they hold it?
That is, again, Dignitas have limited utility here, so that's a brave play, but a needed one by Config there, and it shows that the temperament's in the right place for the side despite their current situation. What can FaZe do here? If they are to lose this round and then get reset, then we may have even more problems. Fox looking for an opening. FaZe looking for information, as are Dignitas. Both teams are low on info at present, trying to work out what they're both trying to do. Tensky with a scout holding an angle towards the B apartments at the moment. He's trying to get that early information. He's got that crack in the wall there. That gap, rather. MSL with a big frag onto AZ. FaZe have done nothing yet, and they've only got 3 players. They can get the frags in, though. And they're, speaking of which, Rain, ever reliable with the headshots, taking Rubino down, and they're trying to force the CTs away from the A bomb site, but there's still one in CT spawn. That's Cajun B, gets blinded and he's forced back. There's a gap in the smoke though. Config looking for the frags, he'll find it onto Rain. No trade here from FaZe. FaZe in trouble now. Fox and Kiyashima, it's going to make it really hard to get the trade frag there. Kiyashima doing what he can, frag for the smoke for both sides. Fox alone versus 3. He had loads of 1v3 situations to get his team to the major. Can he get them to TBS tomorrow?
Well, there is no time now. At least he's going to be able to save that AWP into the next round. But the money for his team is definitely going to be lacking. Now, they'll have enough, though, to have another AK buyout, but I'm not sure if they'll have enough for a great amount of grenades. That might be the general sacrifice, but they should have enough to execute any sort of ideas or strategies when it comes to map control. Or set pieces onto bomb site, just enough. And Dignitas now starting to get more confidence, not actually going to the AWP on their CT side. Now they just need one more round to secure the overtime, to have a chance at winning this map.
AZ's opted for grenades over the AK. If he had bought an AK, he would have had $200 for a flashbang. So he's gone for the nades for his team. Worst case scenario, maybe he can pick up a weapon later on. Fox moving fast into a different area now, making sure to stave off any aggression coming in for the CTs, who don't have much vision of mid at the moment. FaZe taking it easy so far. This is a very important round for both teams.
Yeah, I really like that play from Fox, actually. You won't see people going there very often, but if you catch somebody with aggression there, then that's going to be really bad for them. And you can see that the position that he has with the peak here, the follow-up play from that initial defensive position is strong. Oh, that is so funny. The flash from his teammate forced him out of the position. Fox couldn't get the frag on. No, he misses a very crucial shot. Will he get another go of it? I'm not sure that he will, because right now they've been scared off, but that nade could be good. Config down, oh, 3 HP from that nade, and MSL will defend. Jaken trying to take the initiative, and he'll get shut down. And it's a 4 versus 5 now for FaZe as they move forwards. But AZ's got the better of Config. Now it is equalized, but MSL's position is superior right now because he knows that somebody's here. Will he try to pre-fire some of these spots? Oh no, MSL might be getting shot in the back. And that's a pivotal moment right now. AZ has control of the window room. The rest of his team now can make their way to A.
Rubino is isolated now, holding down the CT spawn area. He needs to try and slow this potential bomb plant there. Nice angle onto Fox. Is there any answer for FaZe? Molotov's coming in, trying to slow the advance. KGB goes down, leaving Rubino alone, and he is going to get taken down by AZ. It's Tensky versus 3 to keep Dignitas in it, to take it to overtime, to stop FaZe from making it to TBS. There is a Bermuda Triangle here, and he may be lost on the radar, Dan, as he moves into this site. This might be too much to ask.
And AZ's on the angle as well, but they are going to wait until he taps the bomb, until they reveal themselves. There is no way to know when they're going to peek out. There's the first peek. This is so distracting. Pensky can't get it done. It's going to be FaZe taking themselves to the finals against Fnatic tomorrow, live on TBS.
So close for Dignitas, only to be taken down at the very last hurdle. FaZe with a very difficult test managed to survive by the skin of their teeth in normal time. It'll be FaZe versus Fnatic on TBS tomorrow. But what a great showing there by Dignitas. Finally showing up on Mirage. That's the kind of Dignitas we wanted to see all week, and it comes in when it's important, but it's not enough. FaZe take it over the line here. We will see what Richard, Thorian and Moses think about this after the break. We will see you back here soon.